He is so high up that Tom Holland's... wrong Spider-Man. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Page to Frame Storytelling, where today we are gonna talk about Amazing Spider-Man, where Gwen dies. So let's go ahead and get started with the breakdown. So right away you see this green glow and the glider passing by. Now this shot is beautifully done because you automatically distinctly know that it is the Green Goblin. You know, the glow, the glider, that is iconically known for Green Goblin. He comes out in the Tobey Maguire movie. However, this super wide shot, what it does is it allows you to see how tall this building really is. Like, it is at least twice the size, if not more, than these conductors. So it's really an establishing shot. Now I like that Spider-Man and Gwen have the Green Goblin between them. So just a physical representation that he is going to come between them. The close-up is to show you his reaction to finding out about Peter. Also to show you that he's kind of far gone. He has this very goblin-like skin texture. He very much is no longer the Harry that you know. Right before Green Goblin says,
"You don't get me close. You take it away, I'm gonna take away yours."
I like that transition. It uses the effect of the glider for it to be a seamless cut into a wide shot where you see the Goblin take Gwen. Again, this very much mirrors the comic books where the Green Goblin also takes Gwen and puts her on the tall bridge. So that God's eye view is basically a reminder to tell you the glider is above that building. It is so high up that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man can't even reach Green Goblin with his webs. Like, that is how much higher he is off that building, and a reminder that that building is twice as big as the conductor. So just to remind you how high they really are. And then you get this beautiful close-up and slightly over the shoulder shot of Gwen where Harry has this blinding light on one side and the shadow on another. It makes him look even crazier than he already is. It could also be representing that he is dark and he is blinded by rage. I think it definitely adds to his madness. I love this worm's eye view of Harry because it very much makes him look powerful with that moon shadow going over his glider, pitch black darkness. It is such an incredible shot, and I feel like it's also representative of this being the moment that the Green Goblin really does destroy Spider-Man a little bit. Huge wide shot reminding you how big this building is, and Spider-Man is jumping to catch Gwen. It also shows you how far away from each other they are. This is just a huge establishing shot, and it is beautiful. The moment that they crash into this clock, it becomes mayhem. You know, like the bomb goes off, everything's broken. He is scrambling to fight both the Green Goblin and keep Gwen safe. There is jawness to the quickness and the constant moving of the camera. It's not handheld to give you that more chaotic feel, but their action is chaotic in itself, that it's smooth enough to follow the camera movement, but you still feel a bit of chaos in the constant moving of the camera. So all these insert shots are just adding on to the obstacles that Peter has to overcome in saving Gwen and keeping this web that's connected to her stable and not cut. The webbing, remember, is the lifeline to Gwen. Without that webbing, she's as good as dead. That insert shot of the knife is just putting in a very sharp object into play. Something that can easily cut those webs is a danger and is a problem for this scene. Another insert shot of the knife being taken out of play. Very nice mid shot of Green Goblin being choked to death. A little harsh, but very nice shot. The reason that object fell was just to remind you that it is a long way down. And there you go. The foot gave out and the mechanism cut the rope to Gwen Stacy. The exploding mechanisms, a lot of this stuff could be very dangerous to Spider-Man and the Green Goblin, which is what happens. It knocks the Green Goblin out, which, yay, we got rid of the Green Goblin. Now we gotta focus on Gwen. Oh my god, this iconic God's eye view of Gwen falling is hilarious because she has so much debris on her. I'm amazed it never hit her. And you get this worm's eye view of Peter looking down on it, the windows that are fully broken. It's kind of like visualizing his entire world shattering with her falling. And then his like deep dive to save her. I love this POV because it very much gives you hope. It gives you this idea that he will save her. Oh my god. And then the close up to the eye and it reflecting Gwen's fall is just so beautiful. And then you do a zoom cut to Gwen's face. So this is a mid-shot close-up of her expression when she realizes he's not gonna be able to save her. In the comic books, it is very clear that Gwen dies from either the fear of the fall or the snapping of her neck when the web catches her foot. Okay, this one clearly shows Gwen hitting the ground. You even hear it when she hits the ground and then him pulling her up. Like her head already smashed that floor. Like there was no saving her at that point. Honestly, it was that he couldn't get to her in time, not that he killed her. Skip to this portion of the video. You skip a spoiler for No Way Home. Okay. This would of course reflect the fall that MJ has, right? That's why he puts his entire body, because he knows if he does a webbing, he still has a chance of hurting and harming MJ. That's why I like that they changed it in No Way Home and had him be able to save her in a very different way. Andrew blames himself. He could blame himself for just having her in the situation instead of staying away from her or letting her be in a dangerous situation after he was warned by her father that she would die if he would stick close to her. And he never listened, and there she is, she's dead. Him coming down the tunnel, that like really screams far way down. So these are all over the shoulder shots, and so you're just seeing this. This is mainly comes down to the performance of Andrew Garfield and his distraughtness in this moment of losing Gwen Stacy. And this very much mirrors the comics where Spider-Man says, "It's okay, don't you know I saved you?" It's just his disbelief that he couldn't save her. This God's eye view of Spider-Man holding Gwen and the shattered pieces of this clock all around them. Again, another signification that his world has been shattered. Spider-Man is broken, and this is going to be hard to come back from. This is a very much internal fight, something that he's been fighting through this entire movie about is whether or not putting her in danger is worth having her in his life. I think he now has a difference of opinion, honestly. And those are my final thoughts. Thank you guys, and subscribe, comment below, and you guys are awesome. Alright, bye.